Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about is sharing reels, sharing memes, sharing TikToks. Is that breaking no contact? Right? So if the person that you're doing no contact with, like this could be an ex, or perhaps it was a crush that had rejected you and you decided to go into no contact because perhaps you were hoping that by going into no contact you would re-attract them back into your life. So if your ex or this crush has, started to share memes with you, started to share TikToks with you, reels, that sort of thing, is that them breaking no contact? So yes, it could be them breaking no contact because they are sharing it. I assume they're sharing it with you privately, so they're sending it to you to get your reaction. Because otherwise, why else would they send it, right? They would say they. In fact, it's good because it means that they're thinking of you, right? Because if they are watching a reel or they're watching a TikTok or they sort of see a meme, and their first thought is, so and so would like that. That means that you're on their mind, right? So that's really positive and that's really good. So yes, no, that could be them breaking no contact with you. Okay, so the best thing, the way that I would respond, if someone did that to me and I was interested in them, or let's say it was an ex that I was hoping to get back, then I would be like, oh, that was really funny, or whatever, make a comment on, make sure you comment on, what they sent you, like, oh yeah, that was really funny, that was really good. I'd love to have a catch up with you sometime. When are you free? That's what I would say because, obviously there may be, you never know. It could be the reason why they sent that is because perhaps they're trying to break the ice and they didn't really know what to say to you. They didn't know if they wanted to say, hey, how are you? They didn't want to perhaps flat out say something like, oh, I've been thinking of you, or I miss you. When you are going into no contact with someone, when they eventually reach out, they may not say directly that the reason they reached out to you is because they want to get back with you, or because they missed you, or because they're still in love with you, or they're interested in you. They may not directly say that to you. They're going to do something subtle, but it's going to be a private message, but they may send a meme or a reel or a TikTok. They might not, flat out say the words, I miss you. So then it's up to you then, when they send that meme or whatever it is that they send you, you got to say, oh, that was really funny, or whatever it is. I'd love to hang out with you again. I'd love to have a catch up. When are you free? Right. And if they are genuinely interested and they're missing you and they were hoping that by sending that reel or that meme or that TikTok was going to break the ice, then that's what they want. That's what they want. If they hear from you and you're going to say to them something like, when are you free to have a catch up, then they're going to jump on that if they're really interested in you. And if they don't, and if they get a bit flaky or they get a bit weirded out by it in some way, like let's say, they start acting strange, coming up with non-answers like, oh, I've got a boyfriend or I've got a girlfriend or whatever it may be, then perhaps it was just the fact that they just saw something and perhaps thought you might like it, and perhaps they're trying to just be friends with you. So, it could be that they just want that friendship with you and they just want someone that they can send memes to and have a chuckle with, rather than, oh, I'm actually genuinely interested in this person. But if you ask them, hey, I'd love to have a catch up, but when are you available? If they like you and they're still interested in you, or they still love you and care about you, if it's an ex, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm free on Tuesday, I'm free Wednesday, I'm free Saturday and Sunday. They're going to be enthusiastic about that and they're going to want to see you. So they're going to jump on that opportunity. If not, if they're just trying to put you in friend zone, then they're going to give you a non-answer, or perhaps they will say yes to meeting up with you. They'll tell you when they're available, and then they'll just back out in that with it, like let's say the day before or on the day, and they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it, or something like that. And then okay, they probably sent that to me because they perhaps just want to be friends or something like that, and they've put you in friend zone. And if that happens and they have not, they don't reciprocate meeting up with you and they don't seem enthusiastic about that, then I would just, if you get any more reels off of them, if you get any more messages or TikToks or memes, then I would just leave it as that. I would just say, oh, that's funny, great meme, and then just leave it at that and just wait for it to die out. But it is very likely that they are interested if they've sent something like that to you, and the way that I would see it as they're trying to break the ice. But of course it might not mean that. there is a chance as well that they are just trying to friend zone you. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. So, so follow the principles in the audio that I have on how to get your ex back. So, play it by that. You can find it on my channel here. So go and watch that if you haven't done so already. Although if you've already watched it, I recommend going through it again, just in case you missed some information. Because usually what I find is, if you really want to master something, if you really want to know something really well, then you need to go through it a lot. There are books that I've read, and there's things that audio programs that I've listened to, there's seminars that I've watched that I watched, let's say, like a year ago, and then I rewatch it a year later, and I realized that I missed out so much information. So please go through it again, because that will really benefit you. Okay, so if you are doing no contact, and let's say perhaps you're hoping to share a reel or a meme with someone, don't do that, because if you're doing no contact, that means your ex has to, when they look at their phone, they shouldn't be seeing any notifications from you whatsoever. So when they open their phone, they've got nothing from you, right? So some people think, oh yeah, contact is like messaging, it's like, words. So it must be okay, there must be a loophole here, and perhaps maybe I can send memes, or I can send reels, or whatever, right? But the answer to that is no, you cannot. That is still breaking no contact, okay? That is still, they're still going to see your name flash up on their phone if you send them a meme or a reel or a TikTok, okay? So if you're doing that and you're the one that's sending reels and memes and things like that, then stop doing that immediately, because you are breaking no contact and you're not following the no contact rule by doing that. Okay, I would also even avoid looking at their stories as well, because even then, when they look at who's viewed their stories, if they see your name, they basically, you want to be ghosts. You don't want them to see anything from you, including if they see your name when they are looking through their stories. Now, I don't think that matters as much, definitely not as much as, let's say, you actually messaging them, and definitely not as much as if you actually sent them something like a TikTok or something funny that you saw, like a funny meme. Okay, so if you accidentally click on their story, then don't worry about it too much. I don't think you're quite back at square one if that kind of thing happens, but just try to avoid it if you can. Mute them so you don't see them, so you don't see their stories coming up, okay? And that should really help, okay? Because the point is, with no contact, when your ex looks at their phone, they should be seeing absolutely nothing from you. It should be absolutely zero, zilch, okay? So, another thing about no contact is, if your ex is contacting you, it means it's something that they've, a direct message to you, right? And that could mean them sending you a reel or a meme or something like that, if it's in your private inbox, okay? But if it's something, let's say, like a like, that's not them breaking no contact. If they view your stories, that's them not breaking no contact. So don't see them, oh yeah, they look at all my stories as them breaking no contact, therefore I can I can message them now, right? They have to send you a direct message if you're doing no contact with them, okay? So that's very, very important. That's a very important distinction. It has to be a private message to you. Now, that private message could be them sharing something to you, but it's not sharing things to your timeline or anything like that, although that is a good sign, but it has to be a private message, right? If they are, for example, liking your posts, retweeting your tweets, or they're watching your stories, anything like that, you need to ignore all of those things, right? It has to be a direct message to you, okay? So that's just a quick 101 on no contact and how, the different methods of someone contacting you. The only thing you should take seriously is a direct message to you that is private. Not even them commenting on like a photo of yours is them breaking no contact. Now, of course, if they say something nice like, oh, that's a great pic, or oh, that was nicely shot, then you can say thank you or something like that. But if you want to start a conversation with them and you're doing no contact with them, you have to wait for them to initiate something. Like it could be them sharing something to you, or it could be them sending you a direct message, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If there's anything that you would like me to discuss in a future video, then please leave it down in the comments. This was a video that was requested by a viewer who commented in the comment section. So if you would like something like this, then please do leave it down in the comments. And if you would like to get in touch with me personally and you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.